Well, hello everyone. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about Braintrust. I'm not part of the, so Braintrust. I'm a community member at the Braintrust and one of the contributors, but not from the core team. So I have not all information, but let's go into it. So yeah, I've been involved with Braintrust since August 2021. Primarily, I do community building at this point. So Discord moderation, future growth, feedback for the product, and basically dealing with people most of the time. Personally, myself, I'm a developer by trade, but yeah, I've been moving into people management as of lately, and this is something that interests me greatly. So that's basically more or less how I got involved, because I'm not actually in Web3 overall. So Braintrust is the only thing I do in Web3, and for me, it is a side project. So it's not my job or not my main focus. So Braintrust is an interesting thing because as far as we can tell, Braintrust is the first hybrid project that combines Web 2 and Web 3 concepts. And as far as we know, the only profitable one at this point. So more or less, the Web 2 part it's your standard box website. So a web portal that has job postings, job applications, payment tracking, processing, invoices, all that stuff. And also charges clients the fee for the contracts. The Web3 part is in governance. So the primarily use for the blockchain and tokens is the governance. So and that governance works in a way where community members can do work on the platform and receive rewards for that work in tokens. And that goes for referrals, I mean, pretty obvious use case, but also grants. So the grants are meant to be the developers who are working on the platform from the community side to build the product, do research, filter people. So we do community-based freelancer onboarding, so people get filtered out because the platform is focused on more high-end senior developers and up. And we also have a fee converter, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later because that's the financial part that makes the whole thing kind of tick. So Braintrust actually is not small. Braintrust is pretty big. And as you can see, as October of 5, Braintrust has transacted $100 million. And it's not crypto, it's actual hard cash. Because the clients and most of the freelancers actually have no idea that Braintrust is a Web3 project. From the outside, it looks more or less the same as TopTal, freelancer.com, and others, just with a bit of more gatekeeping and a bigger emphasis on quality. The big difference for the clients is that Braintrust takes only 10% on top of what the client pays to the freelancer. So that kind of is very low by the standards of the industry, because sites like TopTal and some other high-end can take 50, sometimes even 70% from. We all know like remote and others take 20, 30%, and they also charge clients and the talent. So Braintrust doesn't charge talent anything, only the clients. So where the financial is this. So the fee that the Braintrust takes, obviously, it is used to fund the servers, fund the salaries of the people who are working on the core team, and partially fund some of the grants. The rest is put through this. It's a smart contract that takes the actual USD, euros or whatever, and swaps them for the token on the open market. So we put pressure on the token price by doing this. So, and as you can see, that's the statistics as of today. We did buy 3.3 million worth of Braintrust tokens from the market. So that's where the economic stability comes for our token. But the token is not meant for investment. I mean, everything in crypto is meant for investment one way or the other, but our focus is not actually on the investment, but actually for people to get that token, receive rewards, and hopefully participate in governance. But I mean, obviously, at some point, if you earn a lot of tokens, you probably might transition into that being your main thing you do. So yeah, you need some financial stability. So that helps with this. Obviously, there are investors involved also, because some of the early investors are Coinbase and some other big names. Yeah, more or less. Yeah, I intentionally made this very, very short because I can probably talk for an hour about Braintrust and bore you to death with things that are not interested. I think I put all the important things in here, but I would like actually to hear your questions so I can answer them in a way where it's the interesting information, not the boring marketing spiel. Yeah, so questions? Yep.
One question, very specific. Are you still trying to get listed on other exchanges? Because I see you're listed on, but you have been listed on Binance recently. Are you still trying to apply to be listed on others?
So that's kind of an interesting part. Braintrust is a non-profit. The organization that holds the contract and stuff is non-profit. They are registered in USA. So by the laws, we are not allowed to seek listings ourselves. We have to be approached to be listed, and we do not pay anything for anyone. So it is up to the exchanges to do the listing. Obviously, first we were listed on Coinbase because Coinbase is one of the investors, early ones. But yeah, Binance US picked us up literally last week. There are some other exchanges that also process it. Hopefully it will spread because the token is pretty liquid. The price of token right now is $2.2 per token, so it's pretty good, I think, and hopefully will grow. Does that answer your question?
So theoretically, if our team at KuCoin was to contact you, you would be open. There is no like a secret garden that you want to stay in.
No. Yeah, it's completely open. If you want to list it, yeah, go ahead. We will provide you all the information. Just don't expect us to pay anything for it because we are not allowed by law.
We don't take fees.
Yeah. Go ahead. business@usebraintrust.com and just send them an email and they will happily help you. Yeah. Any other questions?
Do I understand correctly, freelancer gets salary in cryptocurrency?
No. So the freelancers themselves are getting paid in cash. Well, I mean, whatever currency they choose, mostly USD. So that part is not in Web3 at all. So you just set your rate. If you agree with the client, you work, you submit your invoice at the end of the month or 2 times a month, and they just pay you, and you get your money to the bank account or whatever. We are working on the ability to get paid in crypto. I think actually I think we already capable of paying you in USDC if you want to. So that option is available, and we're going to be adding more in the future. But you don't have to. So you can, yeah, because this is like a job. Because the platform focuses on a full-time, long-term contracts. So this is meant to be as a job, less of a side gig. Yeah. Anyone else? Yep.
If it works so well in Web 2, why interact with Web 3 at all?
Basically to be able to do the 10% instead of whatever else we charge. So the ethos behind this whole thing and why governance and why this, because any business that in this segment, it's for profit, for obvious reasons. So they have an incentive to hike fees, add additional barriers, and all that stuff. In Braintrust, that is literally impossible because first you have to have a vote through governance to add any significant changes. And that is written into the white paper and is protected by the laws of the United States, by Securities Commission, so you have to have a majority vote. So, and because Braintrust has sold 12 million tokens on Coinbase to the public, there are a lot of different investors that are holding the tokens. So getting the core team actually is in the minority of the owners. So if they decide to push something through, yeah, it's not that easy. And yeah, as project grows, more people, more freelancers, more participants who want to build the platform are going to get more tokens, and their voice is going to be bigger and bigger part. So that's kind of the delimiter there, and that's why the governance is needed, and that's why the token is there, and why it's a governance token, not a financial tool primarily.
You told that you are an unprofitable organization. Is that why this rate is so low, 10%?
To a certain degree, yeah. Because, Braintrust cannot be for profit as an organization. So that keeps it low. It also requires the organization to do financial reporting publicly by the US laws. So that also makes it very transparent. So if shenanigans happen, someone is going to jail, for sure. So that kind of gives a bit of security. Yeah. And the idea, is to keep the core team lean, small, and lean on the community for actual development in the future. At least that's where the plan is to go. So. Okay. Well, so Braintrust is obviously for developers who want to have a freelancing career. Yeah, you are welcome to join. We'll have to go through a screening to make sure your level is up to the standards of the platform. For clients, if you want to hire someone globally, regionally in Europe, but outside Latvia, obviously this is not a bad tool to do. It costs nothing to try. For those who want to build communities or get involved into the project, we have a pretty active Discord. There's a lot of things happening right now, a lot of development. Also one thing I want to mention is that there are quite a lot of Web3 jobs now on Braintrust. I think in March, Harmony, Scale, and one other partner, they joined and they put all their job posts on Braintrust and hire through Braintrust. And since then, quite a bit more Web3 companies have started to hire through Braintrust. So they are partnered up with the network. Also agencies, staffing agencies. We actually have a few staffing agencies that joined Braintrust as part of the Braintrust network. They are moved their operations to be on Braintrust. That saves them a lot of money because there's a platform that they can use, and that reduces overhead significantly. So thank you for your attention.